Transition was the first product that I worked on starting at Specialized, and like everything else we do here, we collaborated to create the best triathlon bike we possibly could.
We didn't have the transition out when I first started riding with Specialized, and I knew that when the bike did come out it was going to be awesome, because you don't release anything half-heartedly. It's top quality stuff, and I mean, when the transition did come out, it took the world by storm.
Okay, I came across to Specialized in early 2007, and we'd heard a lot about the transition. It was one of the deciding factors for me. I'd been on another brand for a long period of time, and I just didn't see where they were going with helping me achieve what I wanted to achieve. Specialized put their hand up and said, hey, we think we've got something that might interest you. We had a look at it, and that was the transition. And it was sweet, man, and I just loved it. I think it rode like a road bike, yet it had that aero tight feel.
Since we began development of Transition in 2005, we've been constantly evolving it to make sure that it's the most efficient triathlon bike you can buy. We did this by keeping the bike as narrow as possible, decreasing that frontal area. Aerodynamics is the name of the game, and we want to give the athlete as much free speed as we can. Additionally, we designed the frame to be as stiff as possible, torsionally and in the bottom bracket, so the bike will handle comfortably like a road bike and will deliver power directly from the crank to your rear wheel.
Key attributes I think of the Transition is aerodynamic, for sure. It's the thinnest bike out there. I think it's very, very stiff and rides very much like a road bike, which I liked. You know, when I first got on it, I remember my first initiation on the bike. They gave it to me, and it felt like it just wanted to go. That was my first comment to Chris at Specialized was, geez, this bike wants to run, doesn't it? You get on it, it feels like it wants to go forward, and that was always a good sign for me.
The Transition's a great bike in terms of adjustability. You can go from a laid-back, person with tight joints. You can go from a position like that to an extreme cyclist doing an 8K pursuit in the Tour de France.
We're constantly evolving our product, trying to improve it to make our racers faster every day. We do this by working with our professional athletes and going to their key events. And in the triathlon world, there is nothing bigger than Ironman Kona.
I came out to Kona expecting to do big things, and I faltered, and it was the single race in my resume that took me a very, very long time to ultimately conquer. And over the years I decided in order to get good on this course, in order to get accustomed to the heat, I had to do some camps here, come out here and get acclimatised to the island, acclimatised to the heat. And since 2004 I've been doing camps on the island.
Right now we're end of August, beginning of September, so they're kind of the heavy training phase, so just trying to get a good block of mileage done on the course, in the heat, get used to it. It's going to be good fun. No pressures, first year, I'm only 24 years old, so got a lot of learning ahead of me, and that's why I'm here training with Chris. He's a wealth of knowledge, and he's a great guy, and he hasn't stopped sharing with me since we've been away.
Last summer, the same group of engineers that developed the Transition got together to develop the ultimate time trial bike for Fabian Cancellara. We've already seen how well that did in the Tour de France, and when the triathletes saw it, they wanted to see how well it could deliver for them in the crosswinds at Kona.
You know, I guess everybody saw the Shiv with Cancellara, me included. I actually sent a text out to Bobby Behan straight away and said, what's that, you know? And ultimately I came out to Morgan Hill, and I saw my first Shiv in person, and my first impression was, wow, that is a very, very sexy bike, you know, and I want one, really. I want to try one. And you know, after talking to the guys and talking to everyone about how much more aerodynamic this thing is than anything else on the market, you know, when you can only put out X amount of watts, and you're looking for more speed, and this free speed, then I want to try one.
So riding the S-Works Shiv, I think the big gains are going to be the aerodynamics. It's been designed to be more aerodynamic in a crosswind, and that's what we have here in Kona.
It just feels fast. You just sit on it and it feels fast.
Leading up to the race, Terenzo and Macca will be training on their World Championship winning transitions and testing the S-Works Shiv to make sure it adapts to their Ironman specific needs.
I was expecting it to be much more, you know, even though it was custom built for me, I was expecting it to be much more aggressive than it was. It felt very, 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 very nice. I only got about, you know, 40 miles on it. In a week I'll have logged up, you know, maybe 400 or 500 miles on it. I'll be able to give you a much better you know, a bit of rundown on this question. But as of right now, after, you know, 40 miles, it's a nice machine.
And the bike I train on comes down to specifics of the event that you are building up for. So basically, when I'm training seriously for a race, it's on the transition.
Between the Shiv, which will be available in 4 sizes and extremely limited quantities spring of 2010, and the Transition, which will expand to 6 sizes this year, Specialized continues to deliver the best products to the most discerning triathletes in the world.